This video covers queries and its types. Let's see what is queries here. Queries are means of viewing, retrieving, modifying, analyzing data from a database in a systematic manner. A query is nothing but a request for data results and for action on data. We can use a query to answer a simple question. To perform calculations, we can combine data from different tables via relationship, or even we can add, change or delete table data. As we know, in case of Microsoft Access database, data is stored in one or more tables. A query can pull the information from various tables and assemble it for display in the objects like form or report. A query is nothing but a request for data results from the database or to perform action on a data, or it can be both. A query can give an answer to a simple question. It can perform calculations. It can combine data from different tables via relating the tables. We can add the records to the tables. We can change, we can modify, we can update. We can even delete the data from a database. Queries are versatile and there are many types of queries are available. A query does not store the data, but it will display the data which is stored in tables. A query can show or display data from one or more tables, or it can be from queries, or it can be from the combination of both tables and as well as the queries. Now let's see the types of queries. The first one is of select queries, the second one is of parameter queries, the third one is of cross-tab queries, the fourth one is of action queries. Under action queries again we have four, that is update query, delete query, append query, make table queries, and the last one is of SQL queries. What is SQL? That is structured query language. Coming to the first one, that is select query. Select query is one of the most common type of query. Via this type of query, we can retrieve or fetch data from one or more tables and display the result in a data sheet mode. Via select query, we can also specify the columns that we want to display in the query result. Via select query, it is also used to group the records. We can calculate sums, counts, averages, minimum or maximum, etc. Coming to the second one, that is parameter query. In case of parameter query, it will display the dialog box and it will ask the user to provide criteria for retrieving records or to fetch the records from the table, or it can be in the form of value that we need to insert in a field or a column heading or the attribute. Coming to the third one, that is cross-tab queries. In case of cross-tab queries, it is a special type of query which is mainly used for analyzing the data. Even these queries are helpful in calculating sum, average or any other aggregate functions. The fourth one is of action queries. An action query is a query which will make changes to, or it will move many records in just one operation or a single operation. Under this, there are four are available. The first one is update, the second one is delete, the third one is append, and the last one is make table queries. Coming to the first one, that is update query. Via update query, it will apply changes to a single record, or it can be for a group of records in a table. Then the second one is of delete queries. It is mainly used to delete the records from a table. Then the third one is of append queries. In case of append queries, it is mainly used to add the records from one table to another table here. The last one is of make table queries here. As the name itself indicates here, make table query. This indicates that via query, we can create a new table from the existing tables which are available in a database. It is mainly used to create a table from a group or a part of data which is contained in one or more tables which are available in a database. The last query in case of types of queries is SQL queries here. When we want to retrieve some data from a database, we ask for a data by using structured query language. A structured query language is a query created using an SQL statement to query, to update and to manage relational databases in Access, in Oracle, etc. Now we will see the practical part of queries. At the time of designing the query, certain things we have to remember. Like the first one, specify the source of data. This indicates what? Think that in a database we may be having 4 to 5 tables. But here we have to select the table, whether we are doing or performing query on single table or multiple tables. If multiple tables are used, later comes out with relationship. We have to set the relationship between the tables in a database. Whether relationship is based on one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-one or many-to-many, all these things we have to keep in the mind. Then we have to set the relationship. Coming with the third parameter here. Think that in a table we may be having 20 column headings or the field names or the attributes. It's not required that we have to display all the field names or the attributes. We have to display only selected column headings or the field names or the attributes. Even we can select out of 20, we would like to display only 10 column headings. That selection also has to be done at the time of designing a query. Later comes out with other options relating to the fields. What this indicates here? Suppose if we have to do sorting on certain columns or column headings, even this also can be done at the time of query. Not only sorting, whether we are interested in displaying these column headings or the attributes onto the query result. Even these settings are to be done at the time of designing a query itself. Coming to the last one here, specify the criteria. Even we can apply certain conditions on the field or the fields. That is nothing but column headings. So that we can display not all the records from a table or tables. We can go for displaying only selected records from a table. In that case, we have to provide conditions relating to a particular column heading or the field name or the attribute. Providing a criteria for a particular field or the attribute or the column heading, it is nothing but providing a condition for a particular field or the column heading. Let's take here one example. Think that we have an employee table and the criteria is what? I would like to retrieve or fetch the employee records from an employee table who are working in HR department. Criteria is what? HR. Field is what? Department. Or the column heading is what? Department. Coming to the query criteria. Selected record must satisfy the criteria. What this indicates here? Once we go for the query results, we can see there the selected records will be displayed. These selected records must satisfy the criteria, where the criteria or the condition which is applied to a particular field or the attribute. Next is regarding about the expressions. Even in query design, we can include expressions, and these expressions will be having the operators, and some of these operators are math operators, relational operators, Boolean operators, string operators, miscellaneous operators. Expressions are very similar to the formulas in case of Excel. An expression is a combination of mathematical operators or logical operators or relational operators. Even it consists of field names or column headings which evaluates to a single value. Now we will see the math operators. Here comes out with plus, which is mainly used to add or to find the summation of two different numbers. The next one is of minus, which is mainly used to find the difference between two numbers. And the third one is of asterisk, which is mainly used to find the product of two operands here. The next one is for division. This will divide one operand by another, and this will provide the result in the form of floating point number. For example, suppose if I just divide 5 by 2, in that case the quotient result will be 2.5, right? Then the result will be what? 2.5 for this particular division. The next one is regarding about integer division. Here also this will divide one operand by another, but will provide the result in the form of integer format. Suppose if I just divide 5 by 2, the quotient result will be 2.5. 0.5 will be ignored, only the result will be 2 here. Next is of exponential operator, where a number is raised to a power of n or exponent. For example, 2 raised to 3. That is nothing but 2 into 2 into 2, which will be 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. Then the last one is of mod operator, which we just call here modulo division operator or modulus operator also. When we divide the first number by the second number, it will return the result of the remainder. Now coming to the relational operators, the first one is equal. This will return true if the first number is equal to the second number. The second one is of not equals to. In case of not equals to, this will return true if the first number is not equals to the second number. The third one is of less than. In case of less than, this will return true if the first number is less than the second number. The fourth one is of greater than. In case of greater than, this will return true if the first number is greater than the second number. And next one we have lesser than equals to. In case of lesser than equals to, this will return true if the first number is less than or equals to the second number. And the last one is of greater than equals to. In this case, this will return true if the first number is greater than or equals to the second number. Now coming to the Boolean operators, here comes out with the first one, that is logical AND. In case of logical AND, this will return true if the expression 1 and expression 2 has to be true, or the condition 1 and condition 2 has to be true. Think that if condition 1 is true and the condition 2 is false, in that case the result will be false. If condition 1 and condition 2 both are false, in that case also the logical AND result will be false itself. This indicates that the conditions which are available in case of logical AND or expression, all the conditions has to be true, then only the result will be true. Coming to the second one, that is OR, that is logical OR. In case of logical OR, this will return true if expression 1 or expression 2 is true. That is either one of the operands or either one of the condition or either one of the expression or both of them has to be true. Coming to the last one, that is not. Not is nothing but negation here. This will return true when expression or condition is not true. This indicates that if condition result is true, when not is applied, then the result will become false. If the condition result is false, when not is applied, then it becomes true. It is something like opposite. Here comes out with the string and miscellaneous operators. Here the first one is of ampersand. Ampersand is nothing but concatenation, where we can just combine or join two different text or two different strings to form one single text or one single string. In that case, this particular operator, that is ampersand operator, will be used. Coming to the like operator, which is mainly used for pattern matching here. In case of this like operator, it matches the string values by using the operator question mark and asterisk. For example, suppose if I have to display a student name where student name starts with the letter A. In that case, the like operator can be used here. The next one is of between and operator. In this case, it will determine whether a numeric value is found within a range. For example, between 10 and 20. It will check whether a number will fall under the category of 10 and 20. That is from 10 to 20. The next one is of in operator. In the parenthesis and parenthesis, we have the list here. This will check whether a value is found within a set of values or within the list of values or from a particular list. The last one is null. This will check whether a value is null. Null indicates here what? Empty. This will return true if the field is empty. Thank you. Keep watching the videos which are uploaded on the channel. The next video will be the practical part of queries.